The following episode of the Maui Chamber of Commerce's Business Matters was originally broadcast on June 2nd, 2023.
Aloha and welcome to Business Matters Radio Show, sponsored by Mokulele Airlines. I'm your host, Pamela Tumpot, president of the Maui Chamber of Commerce, and today we are going to talk about Hawaii on the Hill. Hawaii on the Hill is the brainchild of Senator Mazie Hirono, who saw other regions doing Taste of Virginia, Taste of Minnesota, Taste of Vermont, doing programs where they would bring some of their phenomenal products from their region up to Capitol Hill and feature them and encourage legislators to partake of these products. Well, Senator Hirono partnered with the Chamber of Commerce of Hawaii, Sherry Menor and her team, to bring Hawaii on the Hill, which is a program that we're going to in June. And so we will be there as you're hearing this show. We're going to be featuring all things Hawaii. But Senator Hirono created a broader program, knowing that there's a huge cost when people come from Hawaii up to Capitol Hill in D.C. And so she has a talk story session she does with all of us. There's a welcome reception, a welcome reception, where not every county who participates comes together, so we get to network with colleagues statewide, as well as congressional leaders. There's a policy summit with congressional leaders and agencies that we get to hear from that do a lot of work with Hawaii. And then, which is what we're going to focus on today, is this amazing event called Taste of Hawaii. And that's where each county in Hawaii is coming together to showcase some of the best and brightest food products that can be tasted by congressional leaders and their staffers. It's an invitation-only event. Senator Hirono is the one who is the ticket holder. Typically, we see 1,500 to 2,000 people in a couple of hours. The room is packed. We take the largest congressional conference room we can get, and it is packed solid with people walking around, generally in suits and professional outfits, wearing leis, getting to have some Mai Tais, getting to have some beer from Maui Brewing Company, and getting to taste all of the things that are wonderful about each county. So I now want to share with you a little bit about Maui chili oil by inviting Deron and Kit Furukawa to join us. Deron was a construction painter, and he loved to cook. And so in 2021, he and his wife Kit, who is known for being a marketing specialist, but also they developed escape rooms, and now Maui chili oil, to talk to us a little bit about how they get started with Maui chili oil and this amazing product that's going to be showcased during Taste of Hawaii. Good morning, Deron and Kit. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning, Pam. Thank you for having us.
All I remember is hearing you say there's going to be a professional Elvis. I need to see that.
I would love to see a professional Elvis. Yeah, we're missing Elvis these days on Maui, unfortunately. I think that was a COVID loss. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they actually do have great Hawaiian musicians that come to the Hill as well. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how you got started with Maui chili oil.
Well, we're really excited to, bring the heat to Congress. Not that they don't need it. we're quite excited to bring some spice to the Hill. So thank you for inviting us to participate in this program. Maui chili oil started during the pandemic, so it was a time when we had extra time in our hands, and Deron just loves to cook, and I love to eat whatever he cooks, so that's really great. And then we developed the product. We gave it to friends and family for Christmas, and everyone loved it and encouraged us to sell it. And so now we're here. It's just developed into this fully grown business, and so it's really great. So the growth has been phenomenal. And, thanks to Made in Maui County Festival, thanks to all the support that we've had, now we're here. Now we're going to D.C.
And now you're going to D.C., yes. And remember to pack some promotional materials in with the chili oil for us, because people at this event really like to take the materials with them, unlike other things that I've attended where you put out promotional materials and then you see your flyers in the trash later on. They keep them. They really do.
Right on, yeah.
Yeah, no, put some materials in because we'll pass those out as well. Yeah, so one of the things that we're going to try, and I know you said we could put them in little like tortilla scoops, but that's how we're going to serve them, folks, because we have to serve about 2,000 people in 2 hours. So
wow.
We pre-prep the products. It takes us hours before the event to pre-prep all the products and stack them, so we've got quick and easy distribution. But you folks are known for having phenomenal social media presence, sharing all the things that chili oil can go on. Talk to us about some of the common things that, people all say, hey, I really enjoy that, and some of the more unique chili oil experiences people can have.
Yeah, so our chili oil, well, first we have to educate the public in Hawaii because a lot of people weren't used to chili oil. They know chili pepper water, they know chili sauce, like a hot sauce, but chili oil was kind of new, I guess. And that's why we couldn't find it, which is why we made it in the first place. But yeah, we encourage them to use it as a condiment. You can use it after the fact. After you cook, you can drizzle some of our chili oil on your eggs or on your tofu or what have you. Or you can incorporate it in your dishes like a stir fry. We tried, it goes great in cream cheese, believe it or not. And you just mix it in the cream cheese however much you want and put it on some crackers, and you can drizzle more on it. So it's very versatile. It even goes good on ice cream. So,
Inside
chocolate and vanilla is what we tried.
Okay.
So, that's the unusual part about
that
it.
That is the unusual one. Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
I haven't tried the ice cream yet, so that'll be a new thing for this weekend.
Definitely.
And you've got different levels of heat, too.
Yeah, we have 3 different heat levels. We have a mild, medium, and hot. We started off with just the mild, but people were asking, can you get it a little hotter? So we made the hot one, and then people were saying, can you get it a less hot? So we made a medium one. So we have all 3. Hopefully we can do more R&D where we can get a little bit more flavors in our chili oil, but for now, that's all we have is just the mild, medium, and hot.
Well, I do want to... Go ahead, Kit. I'm sorry.
The one going to DC is our mild flavor. So at least the participants can get to taste the flavor profile of the product, and then from there, at least they can gauge if they can do it hotter. Then they can just grab the hotter flavors.
I think that's a great start. I really do. I want to tell you that my daughter and her friends, well, actually my whole family, everybody loves hot things, but there's different degrees. But my daughter and her friends were thrilled because on the mainland there, they have Trader Joe's. So we actually ordered Trader Joe's in for a taste-off with Maui chili oil when on their last visit. We, unfortunately had to buy it online, folks, but we ordered it in for a taste-off, and hands down, Maui chili oil beat Trader Joe's in a blind taste test every time. And we started with the mild, and then a couple of them said, I would like more heat. And I said, well, wait a minute. Just a minute, I can handle that. So we had all 3 available. And when it got to the hot, it was a little interesting. We dropped some out. We did good. Everybody mild and medium. Everybody was good. Hot, we had some who said, the perfect, and others said, But, and I want to say, in my family, Maui chili oil is the great Christmas present. So for those listening coming up, and I believe you're going to apply for this year's Made in Maui County Festival again.
Well, we just submitted our application, so we can do that past tense.
Good. Okay. Yay. So November 3rd and 4th, folks. It's easy to find. But your Maui chili oil now is distributed in many different places. Tell people where they can find your chili oil.
Yeah, so you can find us at the usual spots on Maui, like Tamura's, TJ's, Mana Foods, and Pukalani Superette. But because of the Made in Maui last year, we hooked up with Foodland. So now,
Great.
thanks to Made in Maui, we're in Foodland across the state. So we're in a whole bunch of Foodlands. If you are going to a Foodland and you do not see our product, let them know and they'll order from us. So, yeah, we're very fortunate, very thankful, appreciative of Made in Maui because that's how we got into Foodland.
Well, we're so glad. That's what we love to hear. But that's one of the reasons that we do the Friday wholesale buyers show and retailer show is that,
Right.
that we can help our vendors export out to the degree that they're ready to export, whether it's statewide or nationally or even internationally. There's venues for getting people and growing their business to new regions. And so we're excited to know that Foodland has picked that up. And if it's off the shelf, it probably means it's sold out. So just keep letting those managers know. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we're actually trying to get. We're in the process of doing an accelerator program where hopefully we can do. Export to different countries. We're going to try and figure that out. We want to expand and get our own kitchen and be able to produce more. So everything's looking up right now. It's just going to be a crazy busy, but it's going to be a good fun kind of a crazy busy for us.
Okay, well, we're excited to hear that too, and there's a lot of different SBA programs, and there's also programs that we can connect you with for exporting further out. Working with, there's an export center out of Honolulu that we can connect you with, and a great resource, and they offer training, but also they offer one-on-one consulting as well, paid for by the federal government.
Yeah.
So we can.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And then forgetting.
Yeah, actually, I think
take you up on that.
There's a webinar that we just signed up for tomorrow because we got invitations for the Tokyo gift show.
Yes.
So
yes.
we're interested, but we're not export ready quite yet. But we want to do the steps. We want to do the steps now, as early as now.
That's true, and particularly, I've been to the Tokyo International Gift Show. It's a phenomenal thing. But as you point out, a food I actually went with a bedding product. So. Food product is much harder to get in, especially when you're talking about export, right? Food, bath and body.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of restrictions, and that's what we want to start now and start learning the ropes of exporting and what we cannot do and stuff. So, we're really excited to move forward.
Well, we are so excited for you, and I'm just actually curious, like, I forget what they call the rating of heat levels. Do you have ratings for your heat levels?
Well, we use ghost peppers in our medium and hot. So our mild flavor does not have any ghost peppers. It's just a natural spice of the peppers, of the Szechuan peppers.
Uh-huh.
Our medium level has a little bit of ghost peppers, and then the spicy has a lot of ghost peppers. So it's a creeping kind of spicy. It doesn't hit right away. It seems like, oh, this is not spicy at all, and then all of a sudden it's like right there. So you'll still be able to enjoy your food and the flavors of your food without it becoming too overwhelming.
Right, and we still want to make an even hotter one than what we have, and maybe make a limited run with like Carolina Reapers or something. But we still have those hardcore people that come in and say, "Can you get it a little hotter?" So we want to please the crowd, right? So we'll develop one when we get time to do R&D.
I love it. What is that? What is it called? Scoville? I'm trying. Am I making that up?
Scoville heat level.
The Scoville
heat level.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. It's something that my son is always having me look at, like pick the hottest one, and. That's
important to know.
But that's
you don't put in the wrong pepper.
Yeah, but also what I find as I travel, because my son loves these super hot things, is that, and I talk to many retailers, and the super hot one, they say, it's great for the local community who really loves that, and it's wonderful that like you're really being responsive to your customers' needs and hearing everything they're saying. And they said, but it's also a novelty that people who travel buy equally as much because it's a thing, right? It's the hottest thing in the region, so that it's the thing they bring back to kind of laugh with their friends and say, okay, let's see who can withstand this.
Yeah, well, we don't really want to burn people's faces off. We want them to taste our product, but But yeah, some people really like that sensation of like fighting for their life kind of thing. So maybe one day we'll develop something like that.
I'm not into torture personally.
Regret.
Yeah, or regret.
Yeah, we'll call it regret.
I like
Maui
that.
chili oil regret.
Yeah, it's so exciting, and I love how you said that when you first came out with it, people didn't really get what it was because with all the crunchies and the fabulous things that go into it. Talk to people who maybe haven't had it before or even seen it. Tell them a little bit about the experience and what are some of the crunchy elements that make it so fun and delicious.
Yeah, well, we cook our own garlic and onions, so we fry them crispy, and that's the bonus parts that you get in there when you stir up the chili oil. There's the Szechuan peppers and the peppercorns. The peppercorns give you a numbing sensation. That's the byproduct of the peppercorns. It's kind of like that mala feeling of hot and numb. And the crunchy garlic and the onion is just complements. So, it just, when you bite into it, it's like yum. Makes you want to eat more kind of thing. And then I think the hotter you get, the more you want to eat. So, some people eat like half the bottle in one sitting. It's like, oh, thank you.
We also love that you shared with us that your family did a taste test because when we were developing the product, we kind of did that too on our own.
Yeah.
We purchased all kinds of chili oil on the market. Some are expensive, some are cheaper, but we found that, our recipe kind of is the right balance of it being really flavorful yet still affordable for the market because there are definitely really tasty chili oil out there, but it's like $52 a bottle or something like that. So we want to keep it like reasonable for the market as well. So that's the balance that we've found.
Well, I think that's very true. I think you have found that balance. And what I will say is, so they continued to do that on their own when they went back home and had access to different other chili oils. They continued to do it on their own, and I think and what you mentioned is exactly what they continue to say. It's the flavor. Like I guess some have had maybe crunchies, but the flavor profile with Maui chili oil for, again, the group of friends, which now is an expanding group of friends. I think we started with 4. And I think they're up to like 12 over on the mainland, kind of continuing to do this. But the flavor profile always wins out.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of the Chinese spices that we use, secret ingredients. No,
Yes.
like star anise and cinnamon, stuff like that. So it's just a bunch of spices that we infuse into the oil, which people like too. So
Yeah.
it's not boring. It's kind of like, it's like really fragrant.
Yeah, very complex. I mean, it's funny you say star anise, and I'm like, really, star anise? Because it's very complex, but the flavor profile is spectacular. And then, like you say, you don't lose that flavor profile as you go up. You just go up in heat. So
Right.
Right.
yeah, which is really awesome. So I can only envision. I'll tell you another experience that we had. So I'm glad that you're sending the mile. One time we took up a very hot. It was a chili shoyu water, and we had a gentleman who it was in just a cup because it was a chili shoyu. It was going to run over everything, so it was just a cup, and we had to sign, please just sip, and very hot, and all these things. And a gentleman, in the heat of the moment, as again 2,000 people in a very small space, grabbed this little cup and downed the whole thing. And I've got a table between us, and he started choking. And I couldn't reach over, and I was shouting at the people across the way. Of course, nobody could hear me. And I was just about to jump over the table when he coughed. And anyway, thank God it ended well. Everybody was safe. I didn't have to ruin the display and be covered in chili water. But so I'm glad we're starting there. But how excited are you to know that at our nation's capital, 1,500, and we're expecting 2,000. We'll see. It used to be 1,500 pre-COVID. And then it grew to 2,000 just before COVID. And we're hearing everything sold out early this year. All the packages have sold out in terms of participation. We can't get anybody in. It's going to be wild. How are you feeling about having the product represented to this group?
I mean, we're honored to reach out to the East Coast, especially to all the politicians. We do ship nationwide, so that helps. Like if they wanna purchase from us, they can always go to MauiChiliChiliOil.com and purchase. But yeah, we're like ecstatic. Like this is going to be like top level, like people that have more refined tastes, I believe. So yeah, we're super excited to be a part of this, and we thank the chamber for allowing us to send some of our chili oil over.
Well, it's our pleasure, and we're able to do it. We do it in partnership. Mayor Bisson and Lakshmi Abraham are coming up as well, but we have a grant to help us with this. So they're contributing as well to help with funding and bringing products up through the Office of Economic Development, Luana Mahi. So it's a great concerted effort. But we're really honored to take this product, and we think it's going to be a huge hit. Now, just out of curiosity, yeah, we hope so too. Well, and so one of the things is, we're encouraging people to kind of, we don't have we could, and I'll just share this with you if there's something you want to do, given your marketing background, but we're trying to encourage people to find a way to look for East Coast traffic or to track it a little bit so they can see what the return on investment is for having their products up there. So think about that. If there's a way we can work with you, because what we want to know is, like you said, you're already shipping nationwide. So we're trying to look for blips in the market.
A lot of people from Maine been ordering for some reason.
Maine? That's interesting. To go with your seafood.
Maybe, yeah. But this is unusual. Like Maine and we just got an order from Georgia. That was our first one today. But Maine and Washington, that's really popular there for some reason.
Washington State.
Yes, Washington State.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's
and
great.
California first, because California is like flooded with chili oils. But we're just surprised that it goes to Maine, and
so
something you never expect.
One of the things to think about, too, I don't know if you're connected with it, but lots of hula halaus in California. And are you folks connected to those groups?
Are we what?
Are you connected to marketing and connected to those groups?
Oh, no, not yet. Okay. Yeah, we haven't reached out to the halaus yet.
Yeah, just I think they would love it. I think they would. Home. Yeah. Well, we did a little bit of that with the Made in Maui County Festival, and actually it was a chamber of commerce in California who we were hoping to do some marketing through, and they said, well, we have to promote our own chamber members and our products. But we had a connection who said, hey, we'll help you connect with our local halaus in the region. And,
nice.
And so that's something that we really want to encourage people to do. And again, the flavors of home, that's really important. And
cool.
Yeah. And so, and I just want to say for folks, the other thing is not only do we keep this as a staple at our house, and with us, you could just put it on rice and we're happy. But we put it in everything. We're not at Deron's level. We don't do the Facebook and the Instagrams, but
yes, you can put it on anything really. Salads and soups. And
salads is great on
snack, ramen.
Try it in minestrone. If you eat minestrone, even the Campbell kind of minestrone. You put it in that, it's like totally like wow. It becomes like a wow thing. Minestrone, wow.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it really is a staple. It makes a great gift for friends and family. And and also if you're into, charcuterie boards or things like that with your cheeses. It's a new thing that I put in with I put it in all my gift baskets, but I also put it in, if I'm doing something for family and friends and having people over. It's one of those things that just goes with everything. So really want to encourage everybody to do that.
Totally, yes.
Okay, and so I want to connect everybody because I know you guys are about to get on a flight, so I really appreciate you.
I'm looking for parking right now.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I better get you off the phone. But MauiChiliChiliOil.com, is that correct?
Yes.
MauiChiliChiliOil.com. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you can also check us out on Facebook and on Instagram. At Maui Chili Chili Oil, and we look forward to being on the hill, and we look forward to sharing our product with the world.
Well, we are so excited to be taking you there. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for listening to your customers, creating spectacular products, and we love them. So I hope you have a good trip. Be safe, and we'll see you back home soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Aloha. All right. We have our next guest, which is Michael Okazaki, and we are taking Michael Okazaki. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting a cue. Thank you, Cindy Paulus, who's our tech today, in for Gary Forsberg. Cindy says, I need to go to commercial. We're going to have a brief break before we have Michael Okazaki of Maui Coffee Roasters on after hearing from Mokulele Airlines. Mokulele Airlines operates the largest commuter airline hub in the country, right here in Kahului. Fly Mokulele from Kahului to Molokai, Lanai, Hana, Waimea, Kona, and now Hilo. Mokulele also operates the only flights between Kapalua and Honolulu. There is never a middle seat on Mokulele, and every seat has a window and aisle. Visit mokuleleairlines.com and take your next flight from the newly renovated Mokulele Terminal. All right, I'm going to behave now. We're back after our commercial. I'm so excited about all things Hawaii on the Hill, and thankfully I have Cindy here to keep me in check. But it's my pleasure to represent Michael. It is my pleasure to present. I'm having Freudian slips today. Michael Okazaki of Maui Coffee Roasters, who has long been a participant of Hawaii on the Hill for us. Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. And thank you for having me on the program.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Tell everybody a little bit about Maui Coffee Roasters.
Well, Maui Coffee Roasters is a full-service coffee shop. You know, we have all the fresh brewed coffee drinks, from regular coffee drinks to espresso drinks to cold brew, different flavoring. We can have pieces of pastry with that. We have salads. One of our favorites, customer favorites, I should say, is our bagels.
Oh,
so
yes.
We can have a plain bagel, or we can have a bagel sandwich, but that is one of our most popular items. And in addition to that, we have the fresh roasted coffee that we roast in our own environmental-friendly coffee roaster, and a whole array of coffee-related products. You know, it can go from coffee mugs to brewing equipment. And lastly, we have a nice array of logo wear. It can go anywhere from, the most popular are the T-shirts, but we have hats, mugs, and other small things occasionally, you know. That's pretty much everything that we do in a nutshell, really.
Well, it's a lot of things. I've been also seeing that you also carry others' products, and you've been featuring some of our other Made in Maui County Festival vendors in the store as well. And we've been super excited to watch your growth over the years. And I've had the great pleasure of getting to see the coffee roasting process and your team. You've got a great crew. I always enjoy talking with your workers, whether it's the front of the house, and I'm a bagel fanatic, by the way, too, so I do love to get a bagel there. That's one of my favorite treats. But everybody from the gentleman in the back of the house producing the coffee to the ladies up front and everybody that you see working there is so friendly and so helpful and willing to educate the customers on the products. You know, you're a long-standing staple. Maui Coffee Roasters is a great long-standing staple on Hana Highway. So a favorite place. And also, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we try. You know, we try to please the customers. You know, we try to recognize them as they walk in the door. A lot of the repeat customers, when the staff knows their preferences. So they'll call out by name, and whether it's your usual, whatever it is, they can start preparing it. Yeah, but you're right. We do carry a lot of other Maui made in Maui products. I think that is a big draw for both the Kamai and visitors alike. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is, and we appreciate that. Thank you for being one of the retailers. I know that you've been also a constant and strong participant in Made in Maui County Festival, but it's really nice when not only are you a participant, but then you're helping through your store and the coffee store to sell other people's products and help promote those. That's really wonderful, as well as you've been a strong participator in the community, and we thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. We try.
You do. Well, you don't just try, you do. well, you do, which we love. And we've been taking your coffee to the Made in Maui County Festival for a number of years now, and people really love it. And actually this year is, for some reason, and I'm not 100% sure why, but this year we don't have people coming from the Big Island. So this year, the coffee that you're bringing up, and people were thrilled when they heard that we were bringing Maui Coffee Roasters coffee up, will be the only coffee featured at the event.
Oh, I'm surprised.
We were a little surprised too.
Yeah.
So when they asked for our list of what we were bringing up, and we said coffee, they said, "Oh my gosh, we so desperately need coffee," which was really awesome to hear. What are we going to bring up this year? What flavor are we bringing up?
It'll be our most popular blend, the Maui blend. It's a blend that was developed years ago, and it has a pretty strong following from both locals and visitors alike. It's one of the blends that we sell a lot of, and I guess it just speaks for itself. People just like it. So you'll be able to kind of introduce that to all the visitors up in at the Capitol, really.
Yeah, we are really expecting, in the past it started at about 1,500. Just before COVID, it grew to 2,000. We take the largest congressional conference room available, and we have, it's fun to see it's congressional leaders, all congressional leaders and staffers, and some of their key people that they work with. But tickets are limited. So it's a coveted event on the Hill, and they're all wearing leis, running around tasting as much as they can from Hawaii. And of course, I don't know if you've heard this, but Chuck Schumer, who Maisie Hirono has developed a great relationship with, they're great friends. We always have to have spam musubi because Chuck is in love with spam musubi. So every year Chuck says, "I'm so glad you guys are doing this," because he says, "I know Maisie's going to give me my spam musubi." But we really wanted to represent that also Maui, we've got a lot of coffee growers on Maui, and Maui has been trying to build and has had for years now a substantial reputation in coffee, even though we've got fewer growers and not the same establishment as the Big Island. But we want to always take a Maui coffee to remind people that, hey, we're growing coffee here on Maui and have phenomenal products.
I agree. I think Maui coffee is coming into its own, and as people recognize that it is a great coffee, the popularity of it will increase.
Yes. Yeah. And tell us a little bit, what's the roast on the Maui blend?
It's done in two phases. It's done as a medium dark roast, and also as a light roast.
Okay.
Then what we do is that we blend it together. So you have the flavors from both the light and the dark roast into that one blend.
Wow.
And it's just a matter of preference, but people like it. It's well balanced, very flavorful. And we develop a lot of it, really.
Well, that's good because we always want it on hand. we were talking a little bit earlier about if you can't find Maui chili oil on the Foodland shelves, then make sure you tell the manager so that they bring more in. And so that's same with Maui blend, right? Everybody loves it. It's so popular that we want to make sure that there's a lot on hand. It goes quickly. I will tell you that we really appreciate that you always give us so much to make sure that we never run out. But what we find is that when we're up on the hill, and they have other things to drink. They're given Mai Tais, and Maui Brewing Company also has representation. So we've got Maui Beer also representative. And we usually take a tea, so there's a cold drink, and then, of course, we serve the coffee hot. But we're constantly, what we have is a hidden kitchen in this Capitol conference room on a lower floor. And so the staffers have to keep bringing it up and refilling the coffee. And your coffee is constantly being brought up and refilled because
it's great to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So we always have two of those big. They're not actually urns, but anyway, the big plastic coffee towers, and we always have two of those at any one time so that we can make sure that one, that they're always constantly coming back, and one is always filled because it goes very quickly. But that is a very popular item, and so this year we're going, okay, well, if there's no other coffee, we're going to be we are going to be primed for really promoting the coffee and letting people know about it. I don't know, we're working this year, and you've been doing this for such a long time. We're trying to help people identify, because I know people can order across the nation right now from you as well.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. And help, just to give, I want to mention this again at the end, but since we're talking about now, how can people order online from you and get your coffee from you?
You can just go to our website. It's at MauiCoffeeRoasters.com, and it has basically all the products that we offer. You can go from the Maui coffees, the Kona coffees, the blends, the flavored coffees, to other merchandise that we offer for sale. So people have a real products to choose for either themselves or as gifts.
That's awesome. Because we really want to try and I think I mentioned, or Amber's mentioned to you, we want to take up promotional materials again, but we're also really looking again to try and find ways to, since people can order from you nationwide, to try and find ways for the companies whose products we're taking up to recognize any blips in the market, to see if there's an uptick after the taste event, which will be on June 14th, to see if there's any blips in that a surge in sales, or even if it's not a surge, but recognizing sales coming from different regions, because also it can be very confusing and hard to track when we're showcasing it to senators and staffers from all across the nation. So it might be trickles, but it might be interesting trickles from here or there. Do you folks ever look at tracking that, or do you have any ways that you could track that?
We do have ways of tracking where the traffic is coming from. What I'll do is I'll ask my manager to kind of keep an eye into a report. That's like a few days after the event, just to see for a few days, see if, and I'm assuming that a lot of activity would come from the Washington, D.C. area.
Yes.
Because that's where everybody's based.
Yes.
Is my assumption correct?
That would be correct, because they'll all be based and living in that area. When they're in session. Yeah. So I think that's good. And then of course what we've sometimes heard in talking to some of the leaders is, somebody will say, oh, well, I had my wife order it from, the state that we live in. So it's kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes, or, they shared it with different people. But, it's one of those things we're just trying to work on, get new ideas. We always like to look at what the return on investment is. It's hard to know long term. So we're just open to any ideas. And if anybody's listening and you have ideas, please go ahead and email office, OFFICE, at MauiChamber.com. Some people have said, hey, maybe a QR code or something along those lines. So we're looking at that to try and get a sense of where people are purchasing. But the challenge is also that they're purchasing on unique websites from the different companies. So, yeah, we're really thrilled. Michael, what is it about this event that makes you want to participate every year?
Well, we've always been supportive of the Chamber.
You have.
We try to support as many Chamber events as we possibly can. And any time that there is an event in the continental United States, it piques our interest. We say, yeah, okay, let's see what we can do if we can. Because I think, and this is why I really appreciate the Chamber's efforts, is that, it allows us as a small company to reach out in different ways. And I've always thought this is a great event because it is presented to a captive market,
Yeah. They're literally captive in that room for sure.
Yeah, so it's something that if I've looked at and thought, wow, this is a great way of kind of promoting not only Maui coffee roasters, but the name Maui. And
Yes.
I think the name Maui is very attractive, and it piques people's interest, and they kind of pay closer attention to whatever the product is.
Yes, that's so true. Well, you have always been a very generous partner for the Maui Chamber of Commerce and supported so many of our different programs and also the community. And thank you so much for all that you do. I hope you're going to be applying for Hawaii on the Hill for our 10th annual anniversary.
Me?
Maybe not you specifically, but is Maui Coffee Roasters going to join us again?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, good. Oh, well, Michael, it's so great to have you on the show. Tell everybody again where they can find your products online and of course, maybe give the address for those who haven't actually been to the store yet.
Okay. Well, our website is located at MauiCoffeeRoasters.com. And our retail store is located at 444 Hana Highway in Kahului. And the phone number for the store is 808-877-2877. And the staff there is very friendly, and they will help you in whatever your coffee needs are.
And a little like Cheers. They know you. They not only know your name, but they even know what you might want to order. That's so cool.
Right. We try.
Yeah. I would say you do. You're very humble, but I'm always impressed. Michael, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Right. Thanks, Pam. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. I'll talk to you again soon. So I'm so excited to be doing this program again. The Maui Chamber of Commerce has been doing this for many different years from the time it started. And we, unfortunately, had to take a several-year break during COVID. We just all couldn't be in big numbers in not only for the taste event, which, again, we are expecting about 2,000 this year. So obviously you can't have 2,000 people in one room during COVID. But also there was concern about traveling and big groups from Hawaii coming from across the state and, being in D.C., which is a colder place, even though it's going to be summer there. So it was one of those things, and we tried to do some different briefings and things where we continue to meet with some congressional leaders or some of the key folks that we get to meet with when we're up there. But it's a really great week. So as you're hearing this, we are doing meetings. We all come from across the state to maximize our time in D.C. on the Hill, to network and connect with our congressional leaders, our senators and our representatives. There's a host of events that are going on. There's a big welcome reception. And there are people who come for the policy summit. And this year, one of the key groups we're going to meet with is, again, we recently had Isabella Guzman come and connect with us while she was on island. But Isabella Guzman is going to be part of our policy summit. She is the head of the Small Business Administration. We do a lot of work with the Small Business Administration to bring programs and share their wealth of resources that they can make available to small businesses, as well as connect small businesses with other agencies at those levels. And so we're going to hear from congressional leaders. We always enjoy connecting with the Alaska delegation because Alaska and Hawaii have a lot of similarities that are unique to our regions and different from other states that are connected. So it's always interesting to learn about what these leaders are doing. What do they see the key issues being? We get a wealth of information. It doesn't matter who's in office. We get a wealth of information on where they feel others should be doing things differently. And so it gives you an opportunity to hear different sides of issues, connect on the issues that are most topical to Hawaii, which we love. So the Policy Summit is one of the things that we really value. This year and has been in the past, Amber Koutsos. We call her Chief Chamber Angel. If you haven't met Amber Koutsos, she is my right arm. Before COVID, well, I gave the team that name, and we used to have. We now have another chamber angel that is joined us, which is Terry. Has been hired, and he is a great new addition to the chamber team. And Terry will be holding down the fort while Amber and I are there. But we started nicknaming the staff Chamber Angels because, like the movie Charlie Angels, there was a period of time where I often was communicating with them just by phone. So I'd be in all these different meetings, and so in between meetings I was communicating with them by phone. And so I was like Charlie from Charlie's Angels. Charlie was a man, but I was Charlie, the voice on the box, and they are the angels kicking butt on the ground, getting things happening and moving things forward. So Amber is our top legislative manager in the chamber team, both on the county and state level. And so she and I go up each year, and she's, working and taking notes on the Policy Summit side and connecting with the work we do back home. We attend the different meetings, and then we prep. And this year we're going to have our mayor, Richard Bisson, and Laxmi Abraham, who is his legislative aide and coming up for all of these activities and events as well. And so when we get to the taste event, there's always things going on. There's also different tours that are organized for the Hawaii delegation. So if people have never been to the Library of Congress or the Pentagon, or the White House tour, there's different tours and things that people are able to take advantage of. At this point, we've seen all those. So we'll be doing other meetings, which is great for us. But it's a big get-together, and we have the opportunity to get together with the corporate sponsors, so major companies in Hawaii who do a lot of work on the Hill already, have connections for their different industries, who purchase tables. This year was a sold-out event, so we had a date of being able to register by May 15th, and things were really sold out 2 weeks before that. And so people were like, I'm still allowed to register, and we were having to tell everybody, no, it's sold out. We haven't been able to. We've had a lot of requests for people who want to bring more tickets. We had to turn some of our sponsors away who wanted to come up this year. because there just wasn't any more seats. So this is going to be the first time, and I think it's because we're coming out of COVID, this is going to be the first time that everything has sold out this quickly. And so just imagine next year. So if you're listening now and you think, wow, that would be cool to have my company represented, or I'd like to have the chamber promote my products, be thinking about it, because it's always in June. And so usually it's a week earlier. This year it seems to be a little bit later, but it's always in June. And so keep that in mind if this is something that you think, wow, this is something I might want to participate in. I want to look into that next year. You can reach out to us at mauichamber.com or office@mauichamber.com and connect with us by email. And so it's a great event. But when we get to the taste, so there's all these meetings leading up, all these connections being made, and then we don't really get to make connections at this event, because as the legislators arrive, they're greeted with a beautiful orchid lei. And then as we move into the conference room, we have anywhere, but again, this year we're expecting anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000, expecting 2,000 people in a tight conference room, listening to Hawaiian music, getting a Mai Tai, and going around to these booths from Hawaii that are serving products. What we do in Maui County is we take up 3 tables, and on each table we put somewhere between 2 and 3 products. So this year we're going to bring up Molokai venison, and we're going to have a host of let's see, hold on just a second. I'm looking at my list. Molokai venison. We've got Maui Coffee Roasters coffee, rainbow tea. We've got Maui chili oil, Uncle Louie sausage. Oh, we've got a reputation for sausage, and they come to us afterwards, especially the local folks, because when I have leftovers, they ask me for cups for breakfast. So I put them in cups, and we pre-plan on that and bring extra packaging for them. Maui Gold Pineapple, Maui Ku'ia Estate Chocolate, Maui Macaroons, and honey from Lanai, from Joel Aoki. So, who also happens to be a personal friend of Maisie Hirono's. And so we're going to be bringing these different products up, and we put them on crackers, or we put them in like Maui chili oil in little scoops cups to serve. So for hours, we're prepping just to put all of these products in on towers to then quickly serve as people come by. And it is a wild ride. But we love showcasing Maui products. It's something that we do both through the annual Made in Maui County Festival, which this year is the 10th year on November 3rd and 4th, and what we do each year in DC when it's not COVID time. And it's one of the things that we love the most, is sharing our locally made products. So look for posts on Instagram and Facebook. We're going to try and keep people better updated this year as we go through the process. Let them see what we're doing. Tune in to our social media channels and enjoy the excitement, and ring in, share the post, tell others, because we're always thrilled to promote these products far and wide. We just want to say blessings and aloha for a beautiful Maui day. Thank you for joining into Business Matters while we're having a tremendous time in DC, and we'll be back next Tuesday to connect with you again. Blessings and aloha.